Good morning, guys. Almost 11 o'clock here where I am, and welcome to AM Daily Crypto. As you guys probably know, I'm Crypto Lyssa, but for those of you that are new to this channel, I am Crypto Lyssa. And before we get started, like we say in every episode, this is not financial advice as always, and do your own research before jumping into any cryptocurrency. If you like my content, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, you can see links in the description below of all the news articles that I read from Crypto Potato, as well as our CoinTree, Twitter, and Discord. We strive to be the people's channel. So if we are not covering a topic, but you would like to see us cover it, please add a comment below or private message us on Discord and or Twitter. And with all of that getting said, guys, let's jump into today's episode. And I will not be covering anything Ukraine and Russia related because we've kind of hit that on the head yesterday. As things progress, Sandra and I may do another episode in the future, depending on how it goes over the next couple of days. Current prices right now, Bitcoin is at 39,148. ETH is at 27.65, and this is all USDC. So first off, we will see the Tezos network and its silent growth over the past year. This is written by Jordan Lionchev. And of course, all of our news is provided by Crypto Potato. So we will get started with the substantial growth of the Ethereum network. Numerous similar systems allowing smart contracts deployment emerged, trying to compete. While many of them kept outlining shining plans to become Ethereum killers, one remained silent and focused on growth instead of bragging rights. This seemed to be the case with Tezos, a decentralized open source blockchain executing peer-to-peer transactions that saw the light of day nearly 4 years ago. It has stayed below the radar for a while without making any groundbreaking promises, but it kept building and developing its software, attracting new users, signing new partnerships, and everything in between. Ever since its launch, the liquid proof of stake blockchain network has undergone several upgrades through on-chain voting due to its self-amendment mechanism. This on-chain voting was specifically designed to avoid the potential risk of a hard fork, which has already happened to numerous other blockchains. The latest one, announced in September 2021 and called Hangzof's, promises to deliver a new era for the network. The Hangzof upgrade will help set the stage for an expected 2022 consensus upgrade, Tinderbake, and introduce a number of new technical tools and patches. Some of the new additions will incorporate a feature allowing smart contracts to read the storage of other smart contracts. Another one will provide countermeasures against block producer extractable value, which context flattening will enable future optimizations to speed up blocks processing and others. The ability to allow developers to deploy smart contracts on its blockchain meant that Tezos is among the growing number of platforms that will heavily involve in the decentralized finance space. DeFi became a hot topic in the summer of 2020 when a total value locked across all projects stood around $1 billion. That same metric exploded in the following months and stands just shy of $200 billion as of now, following the recent retracements in the cryptocurrency space. Despite its relatively recent foray into the DeFi space, Tezos has already begun attracting players into its ecosystem, and the number of XTZ tokens locked is close to the late 2021 all-time high. A recent report from Token Site informed that there are 100 apps on Tezos with a primary focus on DeFi or NFTs. The project also aims to become the home of many protocols focusing on GameFi and the metaverse. Another report from Coinmetrics outlined the substantial growth for the Tezos network in terms of activity and transaction count. The graph below demonstrates the spike in regular transactions, which are in green in this chart, and such involving smart contracts, which are in red. The most significant increase came in the summer of 2021 when Tezos released a network upgrade, cutting average block times in half. Transactions involving smart contracts saw an uptick as NFT protocols on Tezos started seeing enhanced adoption, such as FX Hash. XTZ token holders move in line with the aforementioned increases. Wallets containing at least one coin nearly tripled in about a year and are well above 300,000 as of now. The project has linked numerous partnerships in the past year or so and was particularly active with global banks. One of the first came in April last year with the third largest French banking organization, Societe Generale, tapped the Tezos blockchain to issue a structured product as a security token. The French institution also revealed plans to start offering crypto asset structuring, issuing, exchange, and custody services to professional clients this year. Another partnership with a banking company, this time Arab Bank Switzerland, allowed the latter's institutional clients to store, stake, and trade the native cryptocurrency of Tezos XTZ. The 60-year-old entity also said that it had selected the blockchain project to develop a new set of initiative and compliant on-chain digital finance products. Shortly after, the crypto bank Serbia released a yield farming service for clients, allowing them to stake and earn rewards in a few digital assets, one of which was XTZ. A collaboration with the digital bank Equify, on the other hand, enabled Tezos to launch a number of lending and yield products. While the partnerships with banks deserve special attention, so do Tezos collaborations with sports team companies and clubs. The esports team Vitality chose the Tezos blockchain to launch a 3-year fan engagement program on its blockchain to enhance the connection between the star players and their supporters. Flow Sports, a subscription video streaming service, followed suit and signed a multi-year deal with Tezos as well. As such, the blockchain protocol will become the title sponsor for Flow Sports' owned and operated grappling events and other high-profile motorsport racing series to be announced later. Among the biggest partnerships came earlier this month between Tezos and the UK soccer team Manchester United. Through the $27 million deal, the club will put the crypto project's logo on training apparel. A collaboration with the Formula One team McLaren Racing led to the creation of a non-fungible token or NFT platform on Tezos. Similarly, the large U.S. clothing brand Gap also launched a digital collection on Tezos with Brandon signs. So that was a pretty long article, one of the longer articles on Crypto Potato. This was another one that was pretty interesting. Jack Dorsey's Block announced 47% increase in gross profit in Q4 of 2021, and this is written by Dimitar Zanzarov. Jack Dorsey's fintech startup Block, or also formerly known as Square, disclosed its gross profit for Q4 2021 stood at $1.18 billion, which is an increase of 47% year over year. In addition, the company's sellers have adopted more of Square's ecosystem over time, the firm added. The American financial services and digital payments company Block Inc. announced its revenue for the past year totaled $4.42 billion. In comparison, analysts estimated this number to be $4.01 billion. The results are up 62% year over year as revenue from Bitcoin purchases represented $1.96 billion USD of that number. Gross profits for Q4 were also impressive at $1.18 billion, up 47% over the same period a year ago. Specifically, Cash App gross profits totaled $518 million, while Square gross profits accounted for $657 million. In line with the good results, Block stocks spiked more than 40% in a matter of 24 hours. The SQ shares closed on Friday at approximately $120. This financial report was also the first since Jack Dorsey resigned as Twitter CEO and is now only engaged with Block's mission. Earlier this year, the organization acquired the Australian fintech company Afterpay. We believe this acquisition will further Block's strategic priorities for Square and Cash App by strengthening the connections between our ecosystems, it stated. In October 2021, Dorsey revealed plans that Block, called Squared at that time, could create a Bitcoin mining system. The network would use, quote, customer Sicilian, sorry guys if you can hear my little yaps in the back, specifically customized ASICs and open source development. The American believes mining needs to be more energy efficient, and as such, it is a challenging niche. His company initiative aims to establish technical integrations in the industry by prototyping more efficient silicon hashing algorithms and power architectures. Shortly after, Square dived deeper into digital asset sector by investing $75.5 million to acquire a 35% stake at the crypto exchange Corbett. By doing so, Dorsey's firm became the second largest shareholder at the Korean trading venue, falling behind Nexon's Holdings Company, or NXS, which owns 48%. In December 2021, the payments platform changed its name to Block, expanding its focus to further the blockchain universe. The CEO commented that this is a new name, but our purpose of economic empowerment remains the same. This year coincided with Dorsey's resignation as Twitter top executive. It is worth noting that he said last year, quote, if I were not at Square or Twitter, I would be working on Bitcoin. If it needed more help than Square or Twitter, I would leave them for Bitcoin. But I believe in both companies, that both companies have a role to play, end quote. Let's see here. This is actually a pretty funny one that I wanted to read to you guys. Also written by Dimitar Zanzarov. Crypto scams on dating apps on the rise. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupted almost every single aspect of life, as we all know, since the physical contact between humans had to be reduced to a minimum. Love dates and romantic activities became increasingly popular on dating applications. And while some people found their soulmates online, others turned into victims of cryptocurrency scammers who drained a significant chunk of their savings. One such example is the 33-year-old Tao Vu, who fell in love with a mysterious lover named Zi Zhao. After messaging on Hinge for several months, the couple started planning their wedding and honeymoon. Unfortunately for Miss Vu, the man pretended to love her and reportedly drained 300,000 USD worth of Bitcoin from her. In a separate case on WhatsApp, another scammer lured the 24-year-old social media producer Nikki Hutchinson to invest 300,000 in digital assets. Needless to say, she never saw that money again. Well, of course not, because it's crypto. Crypto fraudsters are getting more and more creative. When Zhe Zhao met Tao Vu on Hinge, he introduced himself as an architect from China who has some work duties in Maryland, the USA. After texting a while, he started calling her, quote, little sweetheart, and promised to meet her with his family in China once the pandemic was over. As soon as Zhao realized that his victim had developed a serious crush on him, he changed the topic of conversation into Bitcoin and other digital assets. The scammer further asserted that he worked in customer service for a security company, and urged the woman to invest her savings in a dubious crypto exchange. He promised that the investment would help them get married and go on a honeymoon. I'd heard a lot about crypto in the news. I'm a curious person, and he was actually very knowledgeable about the whole trading process, Vu admitted. In the following weeks, the victim sent over 300K worth of Bitcoin, almost her entire life savings, to an account on the Hong Kong trading venue OSL. At first, the platform looked legitimate and provided 24-hour online customer support. Shortly after, though, Mr. Zhao ceased communication with the victim. Instead of starting a life together, Ms. Vu realized that the money she sent did not go into the exchange, but into the scammer's digital wallet. I thought I knew him. Everything was a lie, she regretted. According to the Federal Trade Commissioner, FTC, romance scam resulted in a $139 million loss in 2021, while the conned individuals were more than 56,000. Cryptocurrency frauds accounted for more than 1,800 of those cases. Jane Lee, a researcher at the online fraud prevention firm SIFT, gave her arguments why there is an increase in such scams. Quote, people are lonely from the pandemic and crypto is super hot right now. The combination of the two has really made this a successful scam. One of those victims last year was the Tennessee resident Nikki Hutchinson. The 24-year-old visited a friend in California when she matched unhinged with a man called Hao. The latter said he works in the fashion industry. Once she returned to Tennessee, the two started messaging on WhatsApp. She told Hao that she was born in China, but later an American family adopted her. The man said he was Chinese too and comes from the same province as her. Attempting to win her sympathy, he began calling her sister, joking that he was her brother. They even had a video call once where Hao only partially showed his face. I thought he was just shy, the victim revealed. Once he understood that Hutchinson had inherited around $300,000, Hao advised her to invest funds in cryptocurrency, bring some changes to your life, and bring in extra income to your life, he told her at the time. Convinced by his persuasiveness, she started sending small amounts of money into the crypto exchange called ISAC. Eventually, she invested all the funds and even took out a loan to allocate more. A few months later, Hutchinson tried to withdraw some of the funds, but no avail. Attempting to resolve the issue, she messaged Hao, who stopped replying to her. At that point, she realized she had become a victim of fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme. The woman currently lives with her father in their RV, one of the only few assets they have left. While Hutchinson doesn't expect to get her funds back, she hopes that her bad experience could serve as an example for people in the future. Watch who you talk to online. That's all I have to say with that one. And yeah, there are scammers everywhere. A team behind Meta's DM announces a new blockchain project called Aptos. BitConnect founder indicted for orchestrating a global Ponzi scheme. Let's read this one. And this is written by Felix Mullen. This was written yesterday. BitConnect founder indicted for orchestrating a global Ponzi scheme. Unlike the BCC token that died several years ago, the case of BitConnect, the cryptocurrency project that gave rise to the aforementioned cryptocurrency, is still far from over. This Friday, the U.S. Department of Justice announced that one of BitConnect's founders was formally indicted on fraud charges associated with the most famous Ponzi schemes in the world, cryptocurrencies. In an official press release, the Justice Department said that Satish Kumbani, 36, of Himal, India, had been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit commodity price manipulation, operation of an unlicensed money transmitting business, and conspiracy to commit international money laundering. Tongue twister. All the charges are associated with the operation of BitConnect. This service was sold as a lending program that ultimately proved to be a pyramid business of global dimensions, ranking 20th in the list of cryptocurrencies with the most market capitalization. As explained by the Justice Department, Kubani defrauded an undetermined number of investors, netting nearly 2.4 billion in ill-gotten funds. Kumbani created a scheme in which he offered a trading bot service and volatility software, promising that those who use BitConnect would make substantial profits in crypto. The reality was that customers made money proportional to the people they managed to get involved in the business and were paid with money coming in from new users, which was characteristics of a Ponzi scheme. A special agent in charge, Eric B. Smith of the FBI's Cleveland field office, said in official statements that the BitConnect case was indicative of the scope of operations of fraudsters entering the world of cryptocurrencies, looking for an opportunity to evade the law. Quote, today's indictment reiterates the FBI's commitment to identifying and addressing bad actors, defrauding investors, and sullying the ability of legitimate entrepreneurs to innovate within the emerging cryptocurrency space, dressing up a tried and true fraud scheme with a new twist and basing it overseas will not deter the resolve and dedication of the FBI to meticulously investigate and bring such fraudsters to justice. As cryptocurrency previously reported, U.S. authorities have been actively investigating the case, hunting down everyone involved and seeking to seize as much money as possible. In May 2021, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, filed a lawsuit against 5 individuals associated with BitConnect. Satish Kumbani was not on the list. Shortly thereafter, the SEC reached a settlement with 3 of them, obtaining more than 12 million in BTC and fiat currency in penalties. And late last year, the SEC obtained a judgment against Glenn Arceo and his company Future Money for violations of the Securities Act and the Exchange Act. And with that being said, we are going to go over here to CoinGecko. Let's see here. And we're just going to round it out for you. Oh, I don't like the white. Let's go back to dark. Bitcoin 38,932, ETH 27.44, Tether $1 because it is a stable coin. BNB 370, USDC is 99 cents, almost $1. XRP 73, Terra 76, 8th place Cardano 87, Solana 87. Cardano is 87 cents. Polkadot $17. Avalanche $76. Binance USD is 99 cents. Dogecoin is 12 cents. Shiba Inu, we all know, I don't even know, not even close to a penny. Terra USD is $1. Kronos or Crypto.com coin is 41 cents. Wrapped Bitcoin 38,933. Polygon 18th, $1.48. DAI is 99 cents. And Cosmos rounding out your top 20 at 28.24. And let's see, global cryptocurrency market cap is 1.85 trillion, which is a 0.6 decline in the last 24 hours. So with that being said, guys, that is the end of this episode. It was kind of a fun episode from yesterday's episode of the Russia-Ukraine issue going on as it relates to cryptocurrency. We will see in the next couple of days what happens there. And, I forgot to mention behind me, MS Ribbon, link will be in the description below. as well as our Cointree, Discord, and Twitter as well. If you like this content, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We post when we can. We have 2 young children, so that may or may not happen every day. We're trying to strive for that. But as always, guys, in code we trust, and have a good day.